Hi everybody, Tom Oates from the Wisconsin State Journal here, and I couldn't be happier with the hiring of Paul Chryst as Wisconsin football coach. It's a great fit, he's a homeboy, understands the program. I think he'll do a great job. But now that he's signed, sealed, and delivered back home, I think it's time we look at the assistants that he might hire. Every coach has 2 or 3 really critical hires, I believe, as assistant coaches. Depending on what systems are being used, that can increase the emphasis on a coach or the importance of a coach, depending on the head coach's personal strengths and weaknesses. As we speak, Paul Chryst is interviewing and maybe even hiring assistant coaches. These things usually happen fast, but here's who I believe are the 3 key positions on Paul Chryst's staff: defensive coordinator, offensive line, and recruiting coordinator. I think those fit with what he does. He needs strong people in those positions based on where his strengths and weaknesses are. Fortunately, there's some interesting names being bandied about that I think if Paul Chryst could land these 3 guys, he might have those positions filled really well. Talking, of course, about the current defensive coordinator, Dave Aranda. Barry Alvarez has expressed an interest in Aranda staying. Have no idea how Paul feels about that and what Chryst will eventually decide in that regard, but Aranda has certainly impressed people here and has actually expressed a desire to stay. Another guy is the offensive line coach. Bob Bostad worked with Chryst when he was the offensive coordinator here, has been in the NFL ever since. There's a thought he might want to come back to college. Bostad's just an outstanding offensive line coach. The third one is Joe Rudolph, former Badger player and former Badger assistant coach, was Paul's recruiting coordinator, among other things, at Pitt. And it's thought that Joe Rudolph might come back, and he's an outstanding recruiter. So if you put those 3 together, if Paul Chryst could somehow land those 3, I think it would be a great start to a great staff.